What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'll be previewing Kaulig Racing's NASCAR Xfinity Series team for the 2024 season. So anyways, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. The first driver we're going to talk about is Shane Van Gisbergen. Shane Van Gisbergen will be driving number 97 car for Kaulig Racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series full-time in 2024. As a full season package, you'll also be running some select races with Trackhouse Racing in the NASCAR Cup Series, but remember running full-time in Xfinity in 2024. His crew chief is going to be Bruce Schlicker, who's been a crew chief at Kaulig Racing for the last couple of seasons. He will also have WeatherTech as a sponsor throughout the 2024 season, and potentially Red Bull could sponsor him as well throughout 2024. This is a huge opportunity for Shane Van Gisbergen, as his goal is ultimately go full-time NASCAR Cup Series racing in 2025. I think Shane Van Gisbergen is one of the best drivers currently in the world at this particular moment, and I think he's going to be someone that is going to surprise a lot of people in a big way. What's the ultimate goal for Shane Van Gisbergen? Well, I think he's got 2 or 3 pretty big goals. One, learn as much as possible and get up to speed very, very quickly. If he can do that, I think he could be an outside championship contender. Goal number 2. He needs to win a race in the NASCAR Xfinity Series this season, in my opinion. At least 1 or 2 races. I would love to see one of those come on an oval, but I think that he will need to win at least 1 or 2 NASCAR Xfinity Series races. And the third big goal is make the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. While Kaulig Racing has not been a strong organization, Xfinity the last couple of years, Shane Van Gisbergen can definitely get the best out of equipment. I think that SVG does have a really good chance to perform very, very well in the 2024 season. Like I've already mentioned, he's got a really solid and a really strong crew chief for this year. And I think that Shane Van Gisbergen could have a pretty good year. I think he will make the playoffs this year in 2024. I think he is going to win a race or 2 this year. I think most likely on the road courses, but it wouldn't surprise or shock me if he does win on an oval by the end of this year. I think Shane Van Gisbergen is going to be a tough competitor. I think he's going to be really, really strong this year. And again, I expect Shane Van Gisbergen to be a big threat for the outside chance at a shot at the championship. And if he does well enough, there's a very strong chance of possibility that Shane Van Gisbergen will, in fact, be full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series full-time in 2025. Nonetheless, it's really exciting to see that SVG will be joining Kaulig full-time in Xfinity this year. The second driver I'll be talking about is AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger, after being in the Cup Series full-time the last year in 2023, will be returning full-time to the NASCAR Xfinity Series in 2024. He will drive the number 16 car full-time in the Xfinity Series this year, with Alex Johnson, who's been with Kaulig Racing for a long time, being the crew chief for him. Now, a lot of people are probably really nervous about AJ Allmendinger returning to the NASCAR Xfinity Series. The last time AJ Allmendinger raced full-time in the Xfinity Series, he was a championship threat and contender. He made the Final Four in 2021, and while not making the Final Four, I believe, in 2022, he was consistent and pretty fast throughout the year and still got quite a few wins, and I think he had 22 or 23 top 10s. I think a lot of people are considering AJ Allmendinger the front runner to win the 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series title. I think a lot of people should be confident. I know that their road course program was not as good in 2024, and it did hurt AJ. But last year in select starts, AJ still was able to get 2 victories in Xfinity. He won at Circuit Americas and won at Nashville Super Speedway. I think that AJ Allmendinger is going to be a pretty big threat and contender, and I think as of right now, he is absolutely the championship favorite. I expect him to not only make the Final Four this year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in 2024, but I also expect him to win quite a few races. I think minimum he is going to win 5 to maybe even 6 or 7 races by the end of this year. There are other drivers who are definitely going to be really fast and will be up against AJ for the championship for sure, but I think AJ Allmendinger currently at the moment right now is absolutely the front runner to win the championship. He's not just always been good in Xfinity, but he's one of the greatest Xfinity Series drivers we have ever seen in the history, or the 41 or 42 year history of the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And I think Kaulig Racing is going to improve this year with the core lineup they have, and that is, of course, an AJ coming back behind the wheel. Now, of course, we'll run part-time in Cup this season, but I think AJ is going to have a lot more fun racing in the Xfinity Series because races are shorter, more time to spend with family, and also I think AJ is going to have a lot more fun racing Xfinity, and I think he could win the championship this year. That is definitely the ultimate and major goal for AJ Allmendinger going into the 2024 year. And again, AJ Allmendinger will be back in Xfinity, driving a 16 car full time. The goal is to make the playoffs and, of course, win his first ever NASCAR Xfinity Series title and NASCAR Xfinity Series championship. The third and final driver, full-time driver, that we'll be talking about is Josh Williams. Josh Williams will be joining Kaulig Racing full-time in 2024, driving the number 11 car with Kevin Walter as the crew chief. This is a massive opportunity for Josh Williams. This is the best opportunity he's ever had in his NASCAR Xfinity Series career, as over the course of the last few years, he's been crawling and putting in the effort and work with smaller teams like DGM Racing, and has been outperforming that equipment. A big reason why he's over there this year is because of Alloy Employer. But not only does he bring sponsorship with him to Kaulig Racing this season, he also does have quite a bit of talent. And I think probably one of the more shocking silly season moves that we saw in this year, because I don't think anybody had Josh Williams going to Kaulig Racing. Now, what are the expectations for Josh Williams going into the 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series season? The first goal is to try to do as good as possible. Take advantage of the opportunity that you have. The second big goal I think that Josh Williams has going into this year and this season is to try to make the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. Yes, the Xfinity Series field is going to be a lot more competitive. You got 3 full-time Kaulig cars this year. You got new drivers like Haley Deegan joining full-time this year. You've got Sammy Smith over Junior Motorsports. You've got, of course, Sheldon Creed at Joe Gibbs, same with Chandler Smith at JGR. You've got a lot of drivers and new faces in new places and new teams that are showing up to the NASCAR Xfinity Series this year. But I think Josh Williams absolutely is capable. And if he can make the playoffs this year in 2024, I think that is going to be an absolutely amazing, and not only amazing, but incredible accomplishment for him. I think he's going to get a lot of top 10s and maybe a couple occasional top 5s, but I don't expect him to be absolutely contending for wins on a week-by-week basis. I think that there will be times where that 11 car will be solid. I just don't think it's going to be an absolute championship threat and contender like his teammate AJ Allmendinger is going to be. But I think super speed races are going to be fun, especially with some of the rides we'll be talking about here soon. But I think Josh Williams is a capable enough driver to be very, very competitive, and I think this is an amazing and a fantastic opportunity for Josh Williams going into this season. I'm excited to see what he can do, and it's really great that he'll be driving full-time for Kaulig, and I think he's got a good chance to make the playoffs. Maybe he sneaks in a win, but I'm not sure he will be able to win with this team in 2024. And finally, let's talk about the number 10 car for Kaulig Racing, because Kaulig Racing is going to run a 4th car in 2024. Now, it has been confirmed that Daniel Dye is going to run this car for 10 races this season, his first race being at Daytona International Speedway. It sounds like just kind of like last year when they ran a 10 car as an all-star car, or basically the 11 car as an all-star car as they switched to 10 and 11. They're going to have other drivers most likely behind the wheel. If you want my prediction, I think Kyle Busch will likely be back behind the wheel of this seat. I think Daniel Suarez also will be behind the wheel of his car at some point, and Ross Chastain as well. Both drivers are driven for Kaulig Racing. And remember, Kaulig and Trackhouse are tying their alliance and their partnership together in the NASCAR Cup Series as well this season, especially with Shane Van Gisbergen working with the team now. I would expect those drivers to be there. And I also think Derek Kraus will potentially also be going there as well to make some select starts. There were rumors about Matt DiBenedetto potentially driving for Kaulig Racing this year, but those have been unfortunately dashed, and Matt DiBenedetto does not have a seat. It is exciting, though, to see that there is going to be multiple drivers behind the wheel of this number 10 car this year. Another car in the field is pretty awesome. And again, I think this car is going for the owner's points. I think this car has a chance to win with Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain. Maybe also Kyle Larson as well. I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if you see Kyle Larson behind the wheel of his seat, because remember, Kyle Larson, in fact, did drive the number 10 car for Kaulig Racing at Darlington in the spring and was able to beat John Hunter Nemechek in a pretty incredible and awesome finish. So I do expect that we'll see this 10 car in a lot more races than the 10 that Daniel Dye is going to run. It'll be for some development guys in the Chevy camp, but also I do expect this car to be back on the racetrack for many races throughout the 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series season. So, that is going to be the Kaulig Racing 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series preview. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Links description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's video. What are your expectations for Kaulig Racing heading into the 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series season? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Later today, I'm going to have a video talking about the NASCAR sponsor silly season. There also might be a Farmer Motorsports team preview dropping tomorrow morning on the channel. There's also going to be some other content dropping as well. There's going to be a video on all the NASCAR silly season moves dropping really soon. And also potentially Saturday, I might be dropping the Xfinity Series lineup video for 2024 and all the moves that have been confirmed up to this point. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.